Hello everyone. Today we are going to run a process in SAP. This process is stock transport order. We will do a intercompany stock transport order today, and this will be a two steps procedure. So before we go ahead, let me just show you a note which I have prepared. So what is basically a stock transport order? It is to transfer of material from one plant to another plant. Now, there are two types of stock transport order. One is intra-company, that means both the plants are under the same company code. And then there is intercompany, where each plant is in separate company codes. So that there will be two company codes and both of them will have a plant each. And then the transfer of material will be from one plant to another plant. So that this is a cross company code process. For today, we are going to just do a intra-company one. Um, so this process will be two-step process. That means it will have a goods issue and a good receipt. So before we actually go into the master data and the configuration, let's understand how a end user, so how a company do that in SAP MM materials management, how they transfer the material from one plant to another plant. So I have prepared just a small folder with 5 transactions in it. Today we are going to use all of them. So the first one is ME21N. So this is how this transaction we use. We are not using Fury. We are just using this backend. So the system is S4HANA. So this one is ME21N. So today in this STO, we will be using certain values which will make more sense once we create this purchase order and then we reverse engineer that into a master data and configuration. So always remember that in intra-company, we will use a UB document type, and it will have an item category which will be assigned to it in the document types. So when you create a document type, you assign or allow this item category to appear every time when you use this document. So this can be an interview question as well, that which item category or where we do this configuration. So we do at the document type level in MM. So I will go here and I will choose UB, which is stock transfer order. And as you can see, there are 3 levels to it: header, then item level. Under item level, we have item overview and item detail. So in header, I have pre-populated this part. So purchase organization is 1000. We are using purchasing review 52, and company code is 11110. And as you can see, in a standard purchase order, we get a vendor here, but in UB, we get a supplying plant. So we will do a material movement from plant B to 04, and you will not see item category here yet, but you will see this once I pick this material up, and you can see this item category appears here. So that's what I mean with this item category view. So this was the transaction level part. So we will come back to that later again. So no need to worry. And I will be moving a material 119812, that's essential multi-purpose, from plant B204 to plant B201. And I will be moving only, let's say, 10 quantities. So I press enter here. So it is using today's date, as you can see. So what I will do is either I can leave it like that, or I can just pick a couple of days ahead, and then you can see there is no warning or error message. And at the bottom, no message is issued during check. Now, what I do is I save this purchase order, and I will copy this purchase order number, and I'll reopen this. And you can see that this purchase order doesn't have any purchase order history. So what I can do is I can quickly go into my initial easy access screen, and I can pick the stock in transit. So this transaction MB5T can provide you all the stock monitoring on plant B204 to B201. So if I look at this material, I can do it on the plant level or whatever, but I will just pick this material up, and you can see this is blank. So when we create a purchase order, which is a STO, stock transport order, there is no goods movement yet. So to make this happen, what we do is we do transaction VL10D, which is items due for delivery. So what we do is we do a delivery of this item. So process wise in SAP, you can see here that in purchasing, we create a purchase order or stock transport order. And under this, we do shipping. That means delivery from the supplying plant. So our supplying plant is B204, and inventory management good receipt at the receiving plant. So that plant is B201. So B204 and B201. So if I go into this transaction VL10D, that is due for delivery, items due for delivery, and you will see that I can go into the purchase order option. My shipping point is B204, and I can do a purchasing document here, and I can simply execute this. And you will see sometimes it matters on the date as well. So I have to remove the dates, and I just picked it based on the purchase order. So now what I can do is I have 10 quantities on this PO, and if I put here, I can pick all 10 for the goods issue. So I will tick this, and I will do a background. So what happens is they're creating the deliveries information, and I can pick this up and I can simply do a you can see I've created a outbound delivery for this one. Now, if I go into my purchase order history tab, so I have to refresh this, and you can see here that this new material document, which is a delivery note, is created. Now, to process this, there is of course another transaction, which is VL02N. VL02N. So our outbound delivery, we can, so this one is ending with 411, last three. I can pick 411. I can press enter, and you can see here that our delivery is open. So before we do anything, we have to do picking. That means we are picking 10 quantities. Okay. And we can do the goods issue. So the post goods issue we can do. And the movement type here will be 641. So if I go into this again, you will see a goods issue will appear like so with a movement type 641. Now I have been using MB5T for this material. Let me check again stock. So you can see here our purchase order ending last three 743 is appearing here. So now it is telling us that our stock is in transit. This will only happen when you will do goods issue. So our purchase order number is here, you can see. So now what I can do is I can simply go back and then I can do a Migo, which is a good receipt. So what I have done here just now is just to recap ME21 and UB, U as item category, VL10D, VL02N for outbound delivery, and then stock check with MB5T, and then MICO. So there are two ways of doing this. If I do it based on the purchase order, then there will be a small warning message. I will do items, okay, check. And then you can see here the document flow for delivery cannot be updated. This means if I do it based on the purchase order, then when there will be a delivery note, on this delivery note, here we will not see the document flow. That means for just for the good receipt. So you can try this by yourself, but to keep this moving ahead, what I can do is I can do this based on our outbound delivery. So our outbound delivery is this one, ending 411. So you can see ending 411. And here I can enter. The moment I enter, you will see the material, the quantity. I can tick item OK. I can do a check, and this time you will see there is no warning message. And I will do the post. When I do the post, you will see this material document number ending with 551 last three. If I open this purchase order again, you will see that this good receipt for ending last three is 551 is appearing here on the purchase order history tab. But if I go into the delivery note, because we have done the good receipt, that is MyGo, based on the outbound delivery, in the document flow, you can see the good receipt number will appear as well. So this is our so let me do this display stock in transit again, and then you will see it is all gone. You can also see in MMBE that in plant B201 for this material, the stock will go up in the unrestricted one as well. So in storage location 5001, we have these ones. And in B204, you can see that 10 quantities will be removed from this. So this is a simple a STO intra two-step process end to end. But how does it actually works? So first of all, I'll open this here. First of all, we have to create some master data. So that is one of them is to create a customer for this STO. So always remember that customer is created using transaction BP, that is business partner. And you can see here this customer plant B204 has been created. That is why I was able to do all of this. So I can do the sales area as well, because I'm going to show you this shipping tab and shipping condition. So why and where we put this? So imagine if I'm handing over the stock from one plant to another plant, I need to create a customer and I need to put that in the configuration in materials management. So you will come here into materials management and in purchasing, in purchase order, in set up stock transport order, and I can do what is here. I can define the shipping data for the plants. So my plant right now is B204. So B204 is our supplying plant. B204 here is our supplying plant. So if I go into this, I can see there is a configuration and we have to add this customer, that is plant B204. Of course, to add this customer, you have to create this customer master data first. So that is the reason we created business partner customer in this BP role. In this sales org distribution channel and division, we have created this customer and we will assign this customer here. Okay. And we can also put the sales org. This is 000, 1110 distribution 1010 and 00, which is required. Second thing is our B201, which is our receiving plant. So for that, don't confuse yourself with this BT201 B201. We don't need this for this exercise. But remember, if B201 is supplying plant here and sending material goods to a different plant, of course we will require a new configuration with a customer plant here. But in this part, remember that um, in interbilling sales organization, we need 1110 distribution channel 10, and for intercompany billing we need uh, intracompany billing we need the division 00. So now also remember we need to assign the shipping condition 02. If we don't assign this, I will let you know this later, then our shipping tab will not open up, will not appear. So I've just shown you the main purchase order history part, but when we create when I will show you the whole configuration, I will show you this shipping part or shipping tab as well. So the next part is, so we have done customer, we have defined the shipping data for plants, and the next one would be the delivery type. So configure delivery type and availability check procedure by plant. So this falls under the same setup STO. I go into this and you will see here that there are quite a few bits and pieces. This is for intercompany. Don't worry about this because this is not what we are going to do here. So what I will do is I'll pick my document type and I'll pick my supplying plant. So my supplying plant here is B204. And you can see here that I have got this part UB B204 NL and B. So B is the rule for doing this delivery. Then we have the supplying plant, and then we have the document type UB and the delivery type, which is used as NL. Always remember in intra, you will use delivery type as NL. Okay. And in intercompany, we use NLCC, but that is for a different video. That is for a different part. We don't have to concentrate that right now. Okay. So we will assign this in this configuration. So now we can go into our notes again, and you will see here that we have created a customer. We have defined shipping plans for shipping, for supplying plant in shipping data. We have to add sales details, and in the receiving plant, we have to add the customer created above. Okay. So in the configuration, we have done the delivery type, availability check procedure by plant as well. So in this, we can see that we have just checked that document type is UB, supplying plant, delivery type NL, and then checking rule is B, that is for delivery, which we have just checked in this configuration. So the next one is the shipping, that is LE. So we will go into this time into logistics execution. So logistic execution is just below materials management. And here I have to go into shipping. In shipping, I have to go into basic shipping functions. In that, I have to go into shipping point and goods receiving point determination. So this part. Here, I will double click and check for this define shipping conditions. So I'll go in here, I'll open this, and you can see we have this. These are given, this is given as SAP standard. TL stands for truckload standard, so that is 02, and assign shipping points. So when I go into assign shipping points, you can see we have shipping condition, loading group, plant, and proposed shipping point. For here, what I can do is I am using 02 shipping condition, loading group 0001, and plant is our P204. So we get this configuration. So if I go into notes, you can see here in LE shipping point, in assign shipping points, we get into this configuration. Okay. Also remember that this shipping condition needs to be 02 in our customer and 0001. So this is another master data thing. So if I go into this material which we have used and I go into sales plant, general plant, so it is going to ask me sales of, which is 0001, and channel is 10, and I will just do OK. And you can see here the loading group, which is a forklift, 0001 is also assigned to this material sales general plant view. Okay. Now what I can do is I can just go into this and you can see all our master data and all our configuration is completely done. And now we can again create a STO. So ME21N and picking this UB, picking supply and plant B204, picking the material, picking the quantity, and picking the B201 plant. And magic. Everything is there. I can pick 15, that's fine. Check. And you can see this time we can do a stock check of B on B204 for this material, which is like this, and I can just open another screen. B201. If I run this, so we have in storage location under plant B201, we have 29220 eaches, and in here we have 33600 eaches. Okay. Now I will also do MB5T and I can run, and you can see there is nothing in here. And when I save this PO and I copy this number and I open this PO, you can see here that this PO is created and it has a shipping tab. Now you can see here that shipping tab was already there. So I can actually, what I can do is to show you, I'm not shown you very clearly about the shipping tab. So B204, B20, B20110. Okay, you can see this shipping tab appearing here. Okay, so this is if I use here B202, then it will use a different customer and different plan. Okay, so just let's work on. I think I just lost the view. Not great. So I can show you here that we have this purchase order created. So no purchase order history and we have shipping. So in shipping, you can see the delivery type and L is picked. The shipping point is B204. That is the proposed shipping point, which you did in the config. The shipping condition 02 is in the config, which has been picked. And the loading group of 0001 is also picked. Don't worry about the routing and transport group and all. This is a SD. Well, quite a few of this is SD, but for this we don't have to remember this because we don't need this in configuration for now. Okay. You can also see the customer is B201, which is assigned, and the sales org distribution channel and division is also there. Now what we can do is I can first of all I have to create a VL10D, which is items due for delivery. Let me remove dates this time, and then purchase order, and I can do a execute, and you can see here it is appearing. Background, select, I'm doing all 10, and then I can do a delivery creation log, and you will see because of all of this transaction just done, let's see the status of the PO. You will see the delivery is created. Okay, for 10 quantities. Now let's do a stock check. First of all, let's see what. So we are in pallets. So the procurement for this material will be in pallets. So this config you can see in purchasing, which was actually open. You can see the order unit, the purchase order unit by default will always come as pallets. Okay, in purchasing view. So what I can do is to match apples with apples, let me put the, so the moment I do this, this eaches will convert into pallets. And you can see, and of course there will be less pallets and more eaches. That's why that figure has changed, because we can fit more eaches in a pallet. Again, I will do a refresh and you will see this number will change. So now I have done the delivery, and now what I will do is we will also check the MB5T, and you will see there is nothing in there because we have not done the PGI yet, post goods issue. So what I will do it this time, I will do VL021, and in outbound delivery this time its ending last three is 412. How I know that? From the purchase order history, delivery now. And I will enter this, and I'll go into this. This is all the item overview part. I'll go into picking. I will pick here all 10 quantities, and I will do a post goods issue. So we have this stock right now, and in B201, we have the stock, okay, and MB5T, there is nothing there. So now the moment I do post goods issue, things will change. So let's see the changes first. So in the purchase order history, you will see, first of all, the goods at issue appeared with quantities 10. Brilliant. In MB5T, we can see that our stock for is in transit with this purchase order and these many pallets. And what I will do is I will check, refresh this, 560. Oh, it changed into 550 now. Brilliant. So what will happen here? Nothing. Why? Because we have not done the good receipt yet. But we have done the goods issue. Okay. So that means we come to a conclusion here that for supplying plant, we have, so I just want to show you where it is written regarding the, so this one is, in intra-company, accounting entries will generate at goods issue only. The accounting entries are supplying plant stock account. This will be credited. Okay. And the receiving plant stock account will be debited. So yes, because our stock has gone down, we will credit money into that because you have to pay them. And then this account will be debited here. Okay. In the same way, after good receipt, stock will be moved to stock in transit and the value will be with the supplying plant. So when we see the stock is in the transit, so from plant B204, it is traveling to B201. The value is still with the supplying plant. And in intra-company STO, no accounting and entries, no accounting entries will be generated after good receipt. Only the stock will be moved from transit to unrestricted stock on receiving plant. Okay. So these are the interview questions which you can remember and they will help you. And just now we have done a goods issue. So of course we have to do a good receipt now. So now if I do a good receipt based on outbound delivery. So outbound delivery, which is ending with class 3412, I press enter and I do item OK, check. And let's see the stock here. So in material, this in B201. So this is the receiving plant. The storage location 5001 is 487. So when I see this, I go into where? So you can see here in B201 in Hatfield Factory 5001, we are sending this, and this is a unrestricted stock. So I will simply post this. So when you post this, first of all, this stock in transit will go away. So if I do the execute again, you will see. So it is not in transit anymore. It is in plant B201. So what I'm expecting here is 497 here. 497 I'm expecting. Okay, so let me do the refresh. You can see the stock is increased by 497. This has already been deducted, so nothing to worry about. And we can do the purchase order history tab, which is this. So you can see here we have two-step procedure: goods issue and then good receipt. And our topic for intra-company stock transport order two-step process is done with goods issue and good receipt. You can keep or take a picture of this so that you don't have to remember, and this can help you doing STOs as well as in the interviews. Okay, thank you. All the best.